Good morning, Prof. Ratmi, and good morning, everyone. Now I would like to present my model presentations, but before I start, let me introduce myself first. So my name is Putu Maha Surya, with name 201, 202, 1206, and I'm from 3G class. Why I made this uh, model presentations. So I made these model presentations, video presentations, because to fulfill my final assignments from the TEFL course, and also for all of you who wants to find information about the strategy for teaching mind maps in teaching writing, because I will presenting about it. So next slide. I will explain about four contents. So the first is the skill, and the second is the scope, the third is the implementations, and the last is the strengths and limitations. So the first is the skill. So the skill that will be taught here is a writing skill, and sorry. And the second is the scope. The first is the first scope is aimed at what level of school and what grade. So it's aimed at senior high school and for 10th grade students. And the second is what English material is covered. So the English material covered is descriptive text. And then the theory relevant to this activity is teaching writing. And the tactic or strategy I use in is mind maps. So this mind maps technique is a brain-based learning approach, and it is usually visualized in the form of graphs or tables that present ideas that are compiled from the main idea as a central topic, which is developed into branches or interrelated supporting ideas. And the next, the implementations. The first implementation is the step. There are 6 steps. So the first, students are grouped and students determine the main topic. So the teacher groups students consisting of 5 people, and then students are asked to determine general information about the main topic. Classically, for example, like animal. And the second is determine the main idea and subtopics. So the teacher makes a graph or table, for example, 5 circles with 1 large circles in the middle and the remaining small ones on the sides of the large circle. Then students are asked to determine the main idea in the big circle, for example, like a cat, and then determine for subtopics in the 4 small circle, for example, like physical appearance, behavior, habits, and the last reproductions. And the third is start the paragraph writing process. In each groups, students decide who will write paragraphs about each subtopic, and of course, they can help each other. As long as students are writing, the teacher will supervise to make sure everyone is writing. And the fourth is paragraph preparations. So the group leader is assisted by other members to collect the composed paragraphs from each subtopic, then rewrite them to become a report text. And the fifth is presenting the results of descriptive text. So the group leader reads the finished text to all class members, and the last is comparisons of the script text. The teacher gives groups an example of a finished text as comparisons to the text they made. So the next uh, implementation is the media or tool. So the first PowerPoint to present the material that will be studied by students. And the second is laptop to run the PowerPoint. And the next is projector so that all students can see the material shared via PowerPoint. And the fourth is descriptive. The first is graphs or tables to determine the main idea and subtopics. And the last is descriptive text distributed to the whole group. And the next is the strength. Uh, so the first strength is can activate the brain in logical and active imaginative thinking in developing writing ideas, starting from the main idea to specific idea uh, and that support the main idea. And the second is can help students find ideas and write them in a structure from that makes it easier to remember words. And the third is can help students organize writing more systematically. And the fourth is the can make it easier for students to classify words, making it easier for them to write. And the next, the limitations. It is so the first is uh, it is difficult to develop good mind maps on a particular topic or them. Uh, So students are expected to have initial knowledge or informations before making mind maps. So students tend to choose the strategy of writing notes rather than strategy. And the second is requires creative minds. This strategy requires a creative mind in determining mind maps patterns. So the third is will make students bored and disappointed. Uh, if this mind map strategy is not planned properly, the process will cause students to be bored and disappointed because they cannot complete their mind maps properly. So that's all about my monologue presentations. So I hope these presentations can provide understanding uh, and convenience for all of you if you want to teach using mind maps teaching strategies in teaching writing. For the end, I say thank you. If there is an error in my presentations, please forgive me and see you. Goodbye.